Hey, my love. Okay, let's finish this up real quick. I had some issues. Sorry, I'm just reading your messages as you send them. You're so fucking adorable. Ah, my love. I truly love you. Okay, let's finish this book. It would have been better to return at the same hour, said the fox. If you come, for example, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, at 3 o'clock I shall begin to be happy. The more time will come. The more time will come, the more happy I will feel. At 4 o'clock I shall be agitated and worried. I shall discover the price of happiness. But if you come any time, I will never know what time to dress my heart. It takes rites. What is a rite? Said the small prince. It's too much forgotten, said the fox. This is what makes one day different from other days. 1 hour, other hours. There is a rite, for example, among my hunters. They dance on Thursday with the girls of the village. Then Thursday is a wonderful day. I'll wake up in the vineyard. If the hunters danced at any time, the days would all be alike, and I would have no holiday. So the little prince tamed the fox. And when the hour of departure was near, "Ah," said the fox, "I will weep." "It is your fault," said the little prince. "I did not wish your harm, but you wanted me to tame you." "Of course," said the fox. "But you're going to cry," said the little prince. "Of course," said the fox. "Then you gain nothing." "I win," said the fox, "because of the color of the corn." Then he added, "Go and see the roses again. You will understand that yours is unique in the world. You will return to say goodbye to me, and I will make you a present of a secret." The little prince went to see the roses again. "You are not at all like my rose. You are nothing yet," he said. "No one has tamed you, and you have not tamed anyone. You're like was my fox. It was only a fox like 100,000 others. But I made him my friend, and he is now unique in the world." And the roses were very embarrassed. "You are beautiful, but you are empty." He said again, "You cannot die for you." Of course, my rose, an extraordinary passerby, would think that she resembles you, but it alone is more important than you all, since it is she that I watered, since it was she whom I placed under the globe, since it was she whom I sheltered by the screen, since it is she whose caterpillars I have killed, except the 2 or 3 for butterflies, since it is she whom I have listened to, complaining or boasting or even sometimes silent, since it is my rose." And he returned to the fox. "Adieu," he said. "Goodbye," said the fox. "Here is my secret. It is very simple. One sees only with the heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye." "The essential thing is invisible to the eyes," repeated the little prince in order to remember. "It's the time you lost for your rose that makes your rose so important." "It's the time I lost for my rose," said the little prince in order to remember. "Men have forgotten this truth," said the fox, "but you must not forget. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed. You're responsible for your rose." My rose. "I am responsible for my rose," repeated the little prince in order to remember. "Good morning," said the little prince. "Good morning," said the switchman. "What are you doing here?" said the little prince. "I am sorting out the travelers in bundles of 1,000, said the switchman. "I ship the trains that take them, sometimes to the right, sometimes to the left, and a flashing light thundering like a roar made the switching cab tremble." "They are in a great hurry," said the little prince. "What are they looking for?" "The man of the locomotive ignores it himself," said the switchman, and in a reverse direction a second illuminated flash fell. "They are coming back already?" asked the little prince. "They are not the same," said the switchman. "It's an exchange. They were not happy. Why were they not where they were? They were not happy where they were?" "One is never satisfied where one is," said the switchman, and scolded the thunder of a third rapid illuminated. They are pursuing the first travelers, asked the little prince. They are not pursuing anything at all, said the switchman. They sleep in it, or they yawn. The children alone crush their noses against the windows. Children alone know what they are looking for, said the little prince. They lose time for a rag doll, and it becomes very important. And if they are taken away, they cry. They're lucky, said the switchman. Good morning, said the little prince. Good morning, said the merchant. He was a merchant of sophisticated pills which appeased thirst. One swallows one a week, and one no longer feels the need to drink. Why do you sell that? Said the little prince. It's a big saving of time, said the merchant. Experts have made calculations. We save 53 minutes a week. And what do we do for 53 minutes? We make what we want. Said the little prince, if I had 53 minutes to spend, I would walk slowly towards a fountain. That's a picture of a fountain. We were on the 8th day of my breakdown in the desert, and I had listened to the merchant's story, drinking the last drop of my supply of water. I said to the little prince, they are very happy, your memories, but they are very pretty, your memories, but I have not yet repaired my plane. I have nothing more to drink, and I should also be happy if I could walk gently towards a fountain. My friend, the fox, he said. My little fellow, it's no longer the fox. Why? Because we're going to die of thirst. I did not understand my reasoning, or he did not understand my reasoning, but he replied, it's nice to have a friend, even if we're going to die. I am very glad to have a friend fox. He does not measure danger, I said. He never has neither hunger nor thirst. A little sunlight is enough. But he looked at me and answered my thought. I'm thirsty too. Look for a well. I made a gesture of weariness. It is absurd to look for a well at random in the immensity of the desert. Nevertheless, we set out on the march. When we had walked for hours in silence, night fell and the stars began to light. I saw them as if in a dream, having a little fever because of my thirst. The words of the little prince danced in my memory. Are you thirsty then too? I asked him, but he did not answer my question. He simply says, water can also be good for the heart. I did not understand his answer, but I was silent. I knew that he should not be interrogated. He was tired. He sat. I sat down beside him, and after a pause he said, the stars are beautiful because of a flower that one does not see. I answered, of course, and I looked without speaking, the folds of sand under the moon. The desert is beautiful, he added, and it was true. I have always loved the desert. It sits on a sand dune. We see nothing, nothing is heard, and yet something radiates in silence. What beautifies the desert, said the little prince, is that he hides a well somewhere. I was surprised to suddenly understand this mysterious radiance of the sand. When I was a little boy, I lived in an old house, and legend had it that a treasure was buried there. Of course, no one has ever discovered it, nor perhaps have even sought it. But he delighted the whole house. My house hid a secret in the depths of her heart. Yes, said I to the little prince, whether it be the house, the stars, or the desert, what makes their beauty is invisible. I am satisfied, he said, that you agree with my fox. As the little prince fell asleep, I took him in my arms and set off again. I was touched. It seemed to me to carry a fragile treasure. It even seemed to me that there was nothing more fragile on earth. In the light of the moon, it looked at that pale brow, these closed eyes, the locks of hair that trembled in the wind, and I said to myself, what I see here is only a bark. The most important is invisible. As his half-opened lips were half smiling, I said to myself, what moves me so strongly about this little prince asleep is his fidelity to a flower, and it is the image of a rose radiates in him like the flame of a lamp, even when he sleeps, and I guessed it even more fragile. It is necessary to protect the lamps. A gust of wind can extinguish them. And walking thus, I discovered the well at dawn. Men, said the little prince, they go into the rapids, but they do not know what they are looking for. When they move and turn in circles, he added, it's not worth it. The well we reached did not resemble the Saharan wells. The Saharan wells are simple holes dug in the sand. This one resembled a village well, but there was no village there, and I thought I was dreaming. It's strange, I said to the little prince. Everything is ready. The pulley, the bucket, and the rope. He laughed, touched the rope, and pulled the pulley. And the pulley moaned as an old weather vane moaned when the wind had long slept. And then there's the well. "You hear," said the little prince. "We awaken this well and sings." I did not want him to make an effort. "Let me do it," I said. "It's too heavy for you." Slowly I hoisted the bucket to the curb. I installed him there plumb. In my ears was the song of the pulley, and in the still trembling water I saw the sun shaking. "I am thirsty for that water," said the little prince. "Give me something to drink." And I understood what he had been looking for. I lifted the bucket to his lips. He drank. His eyes closed. It was as sweet as a party. This water was much more than a food. It was born of the march under the stars. The song